כן, במקרה נחתתי על השיר של investigation, זה אפילו לא היה בכוונה. אני אשכרה לא צוחק. פשוט בחרתי שיר רנדומלי ואז יצא לי Accident Investigations Miles Edgeworth Trick and Gimmicks. Obviously כל זה בא בגלל הקאונטדאון שיש לי של 5 דקות לפני שהלייב מתחיל. Obviously הנה זה אותו סרטון, אני לא עוזב את הסרטון הזה. Investigation Miles Edgeworth Trick and Gimmicks, זה מה שיש עכשיו. ואני מניחה שזה כאילו פיטינג כי Accident Investigations, אבל היי, עבר זמן, מה שלום כולם? עבר זמן ממש שאני עשיתי פרק באופן כללי דווקא, אבל היי, זה מעצבן אותי האמת שדווקא במקרה אני חוזר לפוליטיקה, כי באמת כל הערוץ הזה משתדל כמה שפחות לדבר על פוליטיקה, אבל לפעמים זה פשוט בלתי אפשרי. אז כאילו, כן. מה שלום כולם? יהיה הכל טוב, אבל מה זה? עשיתי דברים. אין לי כזה מה להגיד פה. אפשר לקרוא לזה פרי-שואו טכנית, רק בגלל שיש לי את הקולנון של פוקינג 5 דקות? אני אוהבת קצת מתרגש בעצם בלשחק Investigation 2, כי אני לא יודע אם אני אמרתי את זה כשאני עשיתי את הדמו, של ה-Investigations Collection, שטכנית כן, בדמו יש גישה ל-Investigations 2, אבל בנושא של Investigations, מה יש לי מאנשים? למה זה בפייבורט? למה זה בפייבורט? למה זה בפייבורט? אוקיי, there we go. ראיתי משהו שקשור ל-Investigations? אחד? הנה כן. Laying Z says, by examining both the sword and the shield on the Perimedox statue with Agent Lang ב-Investigations episode 5. והצ'אק עכשיו פועל קוראים לו Accident Investigations Miles Edgeworth Investigation Contradiction at the Crime Scene, שזה פשוט ה-Investigation theme, שזה ליים. אז כן, אני זוכר שדיברו בעצם על זה שאני מדבר עם לנג פעם קודמת. אם כבר, אז אני דווקא אדבר על מה היה פעם קודמת ב-Investigations. לרוב זה ניגש למצב הזה שבו יש בעצם 2 ערים או מדינות, די בטוח שזה מדינות, שקודם בצ'פטר 4 או אפיסוד 4 הם היו בעצם אחד, אבל בזמן המודרני של Investigations הם התפצלו ל2. מני קוצ'ן, שהיה בעצם הכל, היה באדם של KG81, לא KG82, KG82 זה קליסטו. אם כבר מדברים על קליסטו, המפתח של היד גרסו קשור קדופיה, שזה היה עיר לפני באבל ואבלס. זה היה בעצם המדינה שהייתה לפני שהתפרקה לשניים. שבאמצע יודעים כבר מדברים על זה? רק בתור פאנ פאקט שעדיף שאני אגיד, בעבר כשמדברים על האזור פלסטין, כן, אני אדבר על כך, אני רוצה להיות כמה שיותר אובייקטיבית מדויק. כשיש משהו שקוראים לו פלסטין, בעבר, קודם זה היה ישראל וירדן. For some reason. ואחר כך, ישראל אחר כך התחלקה ל2 מדינות. ישראל עצמה, לא ירדן. זו הייתה חלוקת שתי מדינות, שהיה בעצם ב-47-48. מי שזוכר את זה. אז כן, אם מדברים על פלסטין בתור פלסטין, היא הייתה הרבה יותר גדולה מאשר מה שיש. אז באמת, כל הנושא הזה של לכבוש את ישראל זה כאילו complete nonsense בעיניי. אבל היי, 5 דקות נגמר. בואו ניגש ל-Investigations Collection finally. סוף כל הסוף אני יכול לפתוח את המשחק, וגם נראה שאני אצטרך לעשות update לסלייד הפרינסס. אני מתכנן גם לחזור לזה. לעשות כל מיני specific routes בשביל endings. My god. אבל היי. או בוי. שכחתי מזה. סקן. בוא ניגש. לטבעת הבלייז. Let's go. כמו שאני אמרתי, בקיצור אני אמרתי הכל בפרי-שואו, אז הייתי יכול להתחיל ישר. אני אקרא לזה פרי-שואו. כי אין לי באמת שום דרך אחרת לתאר את זה. זה 14 למרץ, 7:44 בערב. Vietram Neutralis Lobby. Oh. Count off. כמה אחד? 7-1. Chief, 99 call-outs, so all 99 members are most likely here and accounted for, sir. Hey, you! Yeah, you, the second number 1 from my right. Sure, yes, sir. Here, a birthday present for you. What? Shifu, I didn't know that you knew all of our birthdays. What a kind heart you have, Shifu. You are more of a man than you will ever be, sir. Really sorry, but it's not my birthday. Lang Z says, a cop who disrespects others soon feel this disciplinary bite of an elder. That present isn't for you. It's for your younger brother's wife's younger brother. Tell him I said hi and happy birthday, won't you? Yes, sir. Shifu, I can't believe you remember that much about each of us. Shifu, I'm so moved that I can't stop crying. What the fuck, Lang? I should probably leave them for their alone time. Alright, meeting's over. Everyone, head for your posts. Dismissed! Sir! Okay. What the fuck? Yo! Were you guys there the whole time? I got a call from Sheena. She's already filled me in. It sounds like you're out to get in my way again. Huh? I have absolutely no intention of interrupting your investigation. I simply request that you grant me permission to investigate the Alabastian embassy. And what if I say no?
Objection!
Agent Lang, this man is my subordinate. As I have received permission from the ambassador, he is to be extended the same rights. Sorry, sis, but it's not that simple. Alabasta has the strictest immigration regulation in the world, or didn't you know? Even among my elite men, only about half of them were admitted into the country. Oh. Besides, any more cooks in the kitchen and we might spoil the soup, if you know what I mean. How dare you make such assumptions? Don't take this the wrong way. I thought I was in charge of alibars, based on karma. הקטע המעניין פה זה שהרצח של קוד של קשר אלבאסט. Look, try to understand, okay? Things are in Alabasta are a bit of a mess right now. What do you mean by a bit of a mess? No one told you. We had an incident in Alabasta as well. This is what we call a decision based on the investigation, Mr. Prosecutor. Look, Wolfie! Just let us in already! Oh. Oh, what the fuck? אחרי שאתה מדבר, נכון? I guess. Is there a problem here, Agent Lang? Oh my god! Okay, whoa, is this a... Not really. Just having a discussion about whether or not to let these guys in. Ambassador Alba, I ask that you please allow these people to join the investigation. Alba? Lang, okay. כן, הנה. ההילד של באבל הוחלף בעצם על ידי סכין של אלבאסט. זה מה שקרה. Having a debate because of my country. I'm terribly sorry for placing you good people in that kind of situation. It is all because I lack the strength to govern well. Please, it is nothing of the sort, Ambassador. You weakling carcass! Curse your frailty and inability to effect change in your country! What are you? The thing is, investigations conducted in my country have been under Agent Lang. And it is my judgment that in order to minimize disruption in the investigation, I should leave everything up to Agent Lang. There, you see? Oh, no way! Okay, Laddie. Quercus Alba. Or Quercus Alba. Ambassador of Albast, also a retired army man. May explain why he's overly harsh on himself. Okay, army? What about some... ב-72! זה נראה לי הבן אדם הכי זקן בכל אייס אטרני, ג'יזוס קרייסט! רבון השם! איך לעזאזל הוא בן 72? אוקיי, הגיוני יותר בגלל כל התגובה שלו, אבל seriously! זה אשכרה יוצא הבן אדם הכי זקן בטיימליין של אייס אטרני, what the fuck? Oh! You know. Ambassador Alba, I ask that you please consider letting them into Alabast. What's that? My very own secretary has been murdered in the Babylese embassy. He was apparently covered some very shady dealings completely unknown to me. So, I ask for your cooperation in our investigation. These aren't too much, but how they can cover your travel expenses to Babel someday? My God, Liam. Alright, I get it. Even if you beg Ambassador Alba, I still have to give the final okay anyway. Alright, you hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? We're in! זה לא מה שהוא אמר. Not so fast, my little crow girl. You're still witnessing the Babel murder. So I'd like you to please stay in the Republic of Babel. Detective Gumshoe, please take care of Cave for me. Yes, sir. Sounds good to me. The fewer troublemakers, the better. מה זה רספ? שנייה, אני בטח טרנסלייט לרגע, מה זה רספ? אני רגע גוגל... טרנסלייט? רס... מה צרצור או משוף? שוד? נראה לי הם פשוט מצרצרים, אבל whatever. אוקיי. מה זה הווקינג אנימיישן הזה גם? אומייגאד! עוד זה גנים 72. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? So, I wanted to ask you for a while now, but... That lady over there, is she who I think she is? Ah, that's right. I didn't introduce the two of you yet. Franziska von Karma, the prosecutorial prodigy. It's nice to see you again. Oh, I knew it! You're the whip lady! You may address me as Miss von Karma. עוד כמה פרנציסקה האמת? 19, okay. Miss von Karma, I leave the investigation of Alabasta in your hands. Thanks. Rest assured I will outsmart both the smuggling and the Adgarasu. The smuggling ring, huh? Perhaps I should ask Franziska a bit more about them before I head into Alabasta. Ah. And I mustn't forget to thank Ambassador Polino for all he's done for me. Okay. אשכרה סולו, אין פרטנרים. Ambassador Polino, I'm in your debt. Oh no, it's nothing. Because it's about all I can do for you, I'm afraid. I'll ask that you please bring Manny's killer to justice. I will, Ambassador. On my honor. Wow, you're so sensational. You really piqued my curiosity. I don't doubt much, but I know I'm giving them to you wholeheartedly. Jesus Christ! Oh my god! No, that's quite alright. Oh, well, how about this then? Oh! אשכרה משהו חדש! And what exactly is it? It's fountain pen ink. Known as Babylonese ink. It's made exclusively in Babel. Oh! So, this is Babylonese ink. We make it from a white crystal oil, which is mined from mineral mines. Please accept this ink. One dip of your fountain pen in this, and you can write for hours in your organizer. How fortunate for me. The ink in my pen just happened to run out. Okay. I gladly accept your gracious gift. Great! Wonderful! I guarantee to you that writing with your ink, with our ink, is an unforgettable experience. Hey, since we don't export it, if you run out, you're always welcome to come and visit our fair nation. Talk about cornering the customer along with the market. וואו. זה אשכרה evidence גם. Special white crystal oil-based ink, limited export because of some specific reason. לא דברו שכל הדפים הם בעצם על ידי קדופיאן אינק? איך בבלניז אינק? לא יודע קולצ'ר? כן. וזה קשור לסמגלינג. יש גם את זה. מה זה רלוונטי? הרי איכשהו זה היה מיידי, שזה אינטרסטינג, אם כבר מדברים על זה. אדג'וורף רק אמר היי. איך על זה? אדג'וורף רק אמר היי, ופתאום יש את זה. You've made so much progress in your investigation in such a short period of time. It's truly amazing. Agent Hicks, whose help I had requested, was cut down before he completed his task. There is no room for further failure in my perfect investigation. In spite of that, I believe you were able to obtain some insight into the ring, correct? It was nothing. I simply made some deductions based on the smuggling item I was following. You mean the Babylonese ink? But why are there restrictions on the export of Babylonese ink to begin with? That's classified Interpol info. Hold it! Franziska, as your subordinate, I'm part of your investigation now. Don't you think it would be beneficial if I was as well informed as you? Point taken. Very well, I'll fill you in. Recently, we discovered some well-made counterfeit bills circulating in Zhengfa. Counterfeit bills? Yes! As you may have deduced, the counterfeits are being made with Babel's special Babylonese ink. And it's virtually impossible to distinguish bills made with Babylonese ink from the real ones. Thus, it was only natural for Interpol to keep an eye on the Republic of Babel. What? Oh. Oh, they can't export. They can't export. Bigger counterfeit. That's where this document comes into play, correct? Correct! Mr. Kochi was smuggling large amounts of Babylonese ink. Furthermore, he was charged with running the embassy's printing equipment. That's all the evidence I need to know that he was the head of the smuggling ring. However, there remains one tiny problem. Let me guess. You still have yet to find the counterfeit bills or the smuggled ink? Yes. And while we're listing things, I might as well add the counterfeit plates to the pile. Since we haven't been able to locate any of these items in the Babylonese embassy, we're looking into the Alabastians embassy next. It doesn't matter where they're hidden. Mark my words, I will find them. Well, shall we get going? Oh. What's wrong, Kay? I didn't get permission to enter Alabast. So we're going to get whatever info we can about the Balbalese side, okay? Alright. I'm counting on you two. Right! And I'm counting on you and Miss Von Karma to sniff out the clues in Alabast. Oh, and besides Worth, If you happen to come across my phone, phony, you let me know, okay? If you tell me, I will show over straight away, no matter where you are. Mom's a ballabust. I'll let you know when the time comes. Oh. Oh my god! Michel Hagen mask the mask? What? 8:17 בערב, Albastian Embassy Ambassador's Office. What do you think you're doing to my subordinate? Oh my god. You're... Oh my god! Larry! Let's go! Edgy! Oh, thank God the heavens you're here! I'm in a really, really big pickle, your lordship. The raven, it appeared, poof, and it disappeared, swoosh. And now I am the still samurai. My sword hit. I'm so confused. I don't know what anything means anymore. Oh my god! Larry! Larry Butts! When something smells, it's always the butts. Okay, sorry. Who is this fruitcake? I am Larry of the House of Butts, married man of dear old Tokyo, milady. Oh my god. Larry, Jesus Christ. Now remember, this person is one of your friends, isn't he, Miles? Yes, frighteningly enough, he is. Oh my god, Francisco, that didn't rock me as a bridge. Hey, what's up with that answer? The best bud is in a bind, and you act like it's no big deal. כי כבר היה רצח, יש עוד אחד? למה לארי לא מופיע פה? What sort of a bind are we talking about here? The suspect kind! Accidentally became a suspect in the murder! I see. That is quite the bind. The double murders again? The double murder again? פעמיים רצח כפול? זה ממש interesting. Not that we're in the least bit surprised. Yes, I pretty much expected this news. From the instant I saw this unlucky face. His name is Larry Butts. I've known him since grade school, and for as long as I've known him, he has been the world's largest source of trouble with a capital T. Hey! What kind of introduction is that? You're so mean, Edgy! If you're not careful, you might find your tiny number of friends go down by one. That was uncalled for. Besides, you're... Wait, hold on. Larry? It was you? Ah, Shanghai? You're the one who wrote my still summer autograph? Oh, I didn't notice earlier. I've been waiting at you for my headpiece. Wow. What's going on? And why are you beet red? Sorry, but could you not speak to me right now? Oh my god! Shut still samurai? אני לא יודע למה החליטו לעשות עליו סוויץ' ללארי, אבל... עדיין. לארי! Oh, sorry. Am I interrupting your comical yet melodramatic play? סליחה. Haha. So this is the incident you mentioned earlier. Mr. Prosecutor, this man, this childhood friend of yours, is our prime suspect. Of what, you ask? עוד רצח של מאסק דה מאסק? Of the murder of the man who snuck into this embassy. Mask the Mask. Mask the Mask 2! אומייגאד, הם אשכרה עשו את זה! חשבתי שזה ירון, אבל לא! Mask the Mask 2? Oh wait, זה היה פיניקס מאיה פרב הגדות! Oh, what's that? Only Larry could get himself into yet another mess as fine as this. But no matter what the facts seem to say, Larry is not the type to commit murder. Yes, but I still know it's bomb. Still, it's a rather daunting stroke of misfortune I've struck. I have the proof that Larry Butts is innocent of all wrongdoing. Ah, that's bad law. Shifu, we identified the victim. Good work! I'll take that report now. Agent Lang, would you mind if I took a peek at it as well? What did I tell you earlier, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't get in my way. There's only enough flesh here to feed one wolf, and that one is me. So no, you may not take a peek. But Agent Lang. Oh. What? No way! בואו את כל האנשים שאני דווקא לא צופה בכלל! קודם לארי ועכשיו טיירל! אומייגאד! Agent Lang, will you allow an investigator such as myself to take a look? Ah, yes, of course! You, let the detective see the file! You're Detective Bad. Oh, the prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth, right? Fancy meeting you here, Detective. לא ציפיתי שתהיה פה 7 שנים לאחר מכן. You weren't expecting me. Ever since that day 7 years ago, I've chased after the other Garasu, non-stop. I've pressured Interpol into keeping me in the loop, in case a car was ever found. What incredible dedication to the case. Detective Bad knows the other Garasu's M.O. very well. חושב של לארי ואת... הרן. בן 60! אוקיי. אני יודע מותר עם 4 פאקינג 72. רגע, למה 25? כן, אומייגאד, And his passion for the chase hasn't died down in these 7 long years. It's something I can respect. But, Detective Bad, I must ask, are you going to make an ally out of this prosecutor? My only goal is to arrest the other Garasu. If he can get to the bottom of this case, then I'm willing to share info with him. I am in your debt, Detective Bad. אז הוא חצי אינטרפול עכשיו. Detective Bad, if you could please take a look at this for me. I see. The truth that lies beyond this piece of evidence is not going to be fun. Are you ready to take it on? Of course I am. I don't know how close to the truth you are, but there are only few things I can say. So, listen up and listen well. למה הם מרגיש שאני צריך לדבר איתו לפני הפרזנטינג של האבידנס? אני עשיתי פרזנט על מילה של אינטרפול! הוא עכשיו חצי אינטרפול! בגלל היד הגרוסו! אז הוא לא יודע דברים על הסמגלינג רינג! Don't ever lose your detective spirit! That would be a good piece of advice if I was a detective. What? About the murder of the mask too. Would you willing to fill me in on a few of the details? When the other garage showed up, Agent Leg and I took ourselves off guard duty and put ourselves in charge of this directing things at this crime scene. Taking advantage of the chaos. The mask too. He broke into this embassy. Probably to steal some treasure or another. And I suppose he lost his fight when he was forced to fight someone else in this room. Why exactly was that man placed under arrest, Detective? That samurai. He was born looking suspicious, but not for the reason you suspect, I assure you. As you can plainly see, he's completely harmless. Well, it was just a random guess. It's not like he's actually under arrest. Tonight, here at the Alabastian Embassy, Ambassador Alba was to give a commemorative speech. And that's when the other Garasu showed. But keep in mind, the other Garasu isn't who I'm talking about right now. Those seats for the guests who had been called to sit in them were empty. A no-show? Who was it that failed to take their seats? The Steel Samurai. Until the speech was to begin, each member of the entire Steel Samurai family was to wait in a separate room. However, for some weird reason, that man was spotted in a different location than his assigned room at that time. And where was he? He was on the roof, with one of his legs down the chimney. What? That chimney leads directly into this room. Harry Butts, you've really outdone yourself this time. What were you thinking? In any case, I believe it's time for me to start my investigation. Go! Fernsehserier Partner, okay. Batterie top. So, this is the victim, the mask too.
What is with his gaudy outfit?
You don't know about Mask the Mask. A few months ago, this thief caused a lot of havoc on the populace.
So this thief is separate from the other Garasu?
I thought they were for a while, because their MO and targets were different. What? Okay. The mask likes high-value trinkets and jewels, and being gaudy is his signature. Gumshoe was in charge of that investigation, so he would know more about the mask.
That's alright. And I'll probably hear the tales of his failure anyway.
You haven't changed a bit, I see.
In any case, let's get started here, shall we?
אני לא הולך לקרוא את הדבר הזה שוב ושוב ושוב.
What is he holding? It looks like a piece of paper from a notepad. It would appear that directions on how to reach this room were written by hand. There's something written in the back as well. I would like to steal the Primiduck statue in this room. What's that supposed to mean? Who writes a note to themselves like that? If I had to guess from the text, I would say this is actually a request from someone about what to steal.
Oh! Okay, זה obvious! מי שזה מאסק זה מאסק 2, הוא בעצם היה עם רון ודזרי. עם אותם תוכניות. אוקיי.
Just who is that person that requested the theft of the Primiduck statue? I thought that the mask had quit the business.
This guy, he's just a copycat using the name. A phony successor. He's just another petty thief. His real identity is an outwork guy by the name of Kashino. What? He's 29 and wanted on larceny charges. From his clothes and what he was carrying, we determined that this guy is the real Damask too.
His cause of death appears to be loss of blood from the back of his head. It seems like he was struck with something very hard. In other words, he was bludgeoned to death. So, this is the murder weapon in this case. There's blood on the blade. It's a rather sweeping sword, isn't it?
What did you expect? It's still Samurai Daddy's secondary weapon. I only call it his secondary because he uses his sword in most of his battles. What? Oh. It's his trusty samurai spear that he turns to in a real fight.
You should know quite a bit about the Steel Samurai. That's only because I saw the stage show earlier.
Shakran!
The owner of this sword is the Steel Samurai. Or, in other words, Larry. I should probably ask him about it. As detrimental as it is to proving him innocent.
Okay. Oh.
There is not a single shred of fashion sense in the mask's costume. Well, at least I can appreciate the great effort he must have put into making it.
You two don't know. You can buy this costume almost anywhere now.
It's being sold? Since when?
Since around New Year's, the streets are practically flooded with them. Turns out, the mask is a lot more popular than I thought it would be.
I can't believe that foolish fool would dress in fool's clothing to act foolishly.
We got your point about Free Foolish's back, Francesca. Oh, what the fuck? אוקיי, זה לא איך שאני ציפיתי איך שהפנים יהיו. אוקיי.
I suppose this was the wrapping cloth the masked used to carry his stolen goods. But there's nothing wrapped in it now. I guess he never did manage to get his hands on whatever it was he was out to steal.
Okay, now you're completely useless.
There was the exact same statue sitting in that Babylonese office we examined. It's the Perimedoc statue. It was the national treasure of the Principality of Codopia. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both Elabas and Babel claim to have the real thing. What an incredibly childish fight to have.
אני לא הולך לקרוא את הדבר הזה עוד פעם.
It's a Perimedoc statue. There was one of these in the Babylonese side as well. I hear it's very valuable and made of pure gold. It was the national treasure of Codopia. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. While both Albus and Babel claim to have the real thing and won't budge from their claim. What an incredibly childish fight to have.
כן, כן, אפשר לגשת.
That was almost the exact same wall mount for the knives on the Babylonese side. But I can't see any of the details from this distance. There are some weapons on display on this wall. A crossbow, and under that, a set of knives with a flower motif. There must be the counterparts to the Balinese knives. Which means the blades inside these scabbards should match the blade that was used to kill Mr. Kocha.
לא עומד להמשיך לקרוא את זה.
Knives adorned with flowers are on display here. I suspect that these are the counterparts to the Berlin. One of the knives is missing its blade. Let's see if the two pieces of the blade and handle fit each other. really fit together quite well, almost seamlessly. Then this means that an alabastian knife did find its way into Babel. But how? There is a striking flower ornament on the handle of this knife. Compared to the Balinese knives for handle, this larger one gives alabaster more presence. בוא נדבר על זה שיש פה אשכרה אחד שנעלם. יש פה אחד שנעלם פה. יש פדל שנעלם. שאי אפשר לראות פה. Fuck? דיסקורד התחיל לעשות לי פה ריסטארט בלי שום סיבה. What the fuck? It's the Steel Samurai's primary weapon, the Samurai Spear. Isn't it awesome? I totally fell for this thing. It's sleek and shiny, just like my heart. It comes at you like whoosh. When you hold it, you just wanna live life like bam. You'll do well to watch what you say, Larry. Although it is just like as Larry says, the spear's quite the symbol of valor. However, speaking of spear, what the fuck? Aren't you supposed to use them by thrusting the point straight into your opponent? I'm finally convinced their spears are for the task. What's wrong, Edgy? You've just been staring off into the distance. Oh, I get it. Tell you what. I'll tell the studio to make you one, okay? But this one's mine. Did I say anything about wanting one? Maybe I can show him up if I show him the piece of evidence. That will point something about the spear. Oh my, זה אשכרה 4 אבל כסמך, oh my god. אוקיי, אז זה כן contradiction עם הספיר. אבל מה האבידנס? שיהיה לי אולוגרף? האולוגרף? כי זה השאר? אומייגאד, המחשב שלי לא! אוקיי, סורי, רק רציתי לסדר דברים בטאסק מנג'ר בשביל לסדר את הדיסקורד. אני לא מאמין שזה אשכרה מה שיש. Larry, about this spear. Oh, are you feeling it? Bam! I thought there was something strange about this spear. Tell me, Larry. Is it just me, or is the spear a bit bent? What? No way! It's exactly as it should be, yo! I have here the autograph you wrote for me earlier. Now, take a good look at which you drew with your own hands. You can see that the spear is clearly a different shape. What do you have to say to that? I'm sorry! I hold the spear in my hands, all of a sudden I feel super powerful. And then during practice, I was spinning around and around, and BAM! It hit the wall! You unbelievable! This is an embassy! I've always been like that, ever since I was a kid. One time, on an overnight field trip, I bought a fake sword and played with it late at night. I'm just a useless hot-blooded man. Larry, clarify that for me, will you? Okay, so it was some field trip and I began to shadow fight with myself. No, that! I mean what you said earlier about spinning the spear and hitting the wall. Oh, that! It's no biggie. It's not like I left a hole or anything. That's not what I'm asking, Larry. The samurai spear is made of metal. I somehow doubt that a move as simple as spinning it around would cause it to bend. Oh! Energy! You're so naive! What? Where did that come from? Well, you keep calling it the samurai spear. It's not real. You can't fight someone with it. Oh. אז אשכרה שינו את זה למשהו כמו פלסטיק? בגלל ג'ק המר? גם אפילו שעומד על ידי הפנס? Because it's hollow on the inside. Oh, לא משנה. You can hit it against practically anything and it will bend. Is that so? Don't tell me you thought it was real. Oh, but don't take it the wrong way. I just think that part of your personality is cute. I see. Your friendship truly is something special, Miles Edgeworth. Oh my god. Ugh, that's not friendship. It's utter humiliation. I can spot absolutely no difference between this Primiduck statue and Babbles. That statue's face looks a bit like that costumed hero you like so very much. I only wonder why you Americans have such an affinity for this kind of a face. This statue wasn't made by an American, you know? At least, I don't suppose so. יש logic. אבל לא קיבלתי כלום! I guess אני יכול לדבר עם לארי. Larry, there are a few things that I need to ask you about. Hey, how about that? I've got a few things I'm gonna ask you too. What is it? It's like both you and him. How is it the two of you always manage to have some cute hot girl by your side? Larry! Dykman! Oh my god! And Frenzy, what about that promise you made to me? Promise? What promise? אני דווקא לא זוכר. Oh. The one where you said you would model for my next book, Frenzy's Weepy Whip Chip. Yow! My god! אני זוכר את זה בברנד שהיא לא הסכימה. I made no such promise! Ever since grade school, we've had a certain saying about Larry. When something smells,
It's usually the butts. But it's to look no further than this man to find the king of troublemakers.
Hey, that's an official steel samurai weapon. Ah, what? Want me to do it? Oh, you have no idea how many fans ask me of that. Ask that of me.
What are you prattling on about now?
Steel samurai sushi slash. How was that? I bet it sent shivers up your spine. I let myself get caught up in being a spectator. How could I have failed myself?
בוא נתעלם מזה שאנחנו... whatever.
As I recall, aren't you calling yourself Flurry Stone'im now? That's Stone'im! Larry Stone'im! You don't say to your head, Edgy! Ow! I remember. You're that rude, pale imitation of a real artist. No. You got it all wrong. I gave up on that whole Lori's business.
Oh,
ועכשיו אתה acting?
yeah, Larry.
Besides, I bet Jelena left me and my heart in peace. That's when Mindy walked into my life. Oh my god, Larry! Oh my god, it got... Yeah! She's been so good to me that I wanted to help her in some way. I figured I could through this still samurai outfit. Your inane blathering makes less and less sense each time we meet.
אוקיי, שנייה.
אז קודם היית כלומניק, אחר כך הפכת להיות...
לא צלם.
צלם זה ב-adaptations, משום מה. adaptations של farewell my turnabout מחליפים את לוטה ולרי מאיזושהי סיבה.
אני עדיין מבולבל למה.
וגם הם עושים את סלסט ואדריאן כקזנס.
לא כאילו יותר משפחה מאשר מלסביות. for some reason.
אז מי כלומניק לשומר? לצייר ועכשיו שחקן? Oh my god. I believe he's saying that he picked up this part-time job as the Steel Samurai so that he may attempt to capture the heart of the actress who plays the Pink Princess. You got it! You know you do what I meant. I knew you'd know what I meant, Edgy.
Not really. It's not so much as I understood, but a simple deduction based on your usual modus operandi, Larry.
Oh, shame, Larry.
Larry, I would like you to confess right now to everything you did tonight.
Confess? Hey, don't tell me you suspect me too!
Nonsense. I don't believe you have the mental acuity needed to plan and execute a murder. However, we are talking about you here, so I find it hard to believe that nothing happened. For past experience has taught me that you are always at the center of some insane event.
Edgy! How can you be so mean? Stabbing me with your words like that. I think you like it's sword. God damn it, Blackwell. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to search out the key to unlock your heart this time.
Cyclops.
So I suggest that you cooperate and tell me what you know.
Okay, I get it. Just stop Francie from whipping me from behind. Oh, I guess you know what I did, right, Angie?
I can't even begin to imagine. However, I imagine that whatever you were up to was probably beyond my imagination. So you will tell me what exactly you did, Larry.
Nope, not yet, Angie. It'll take more than that to loosen my lips. A lot more. Confess now. Oh. Okay, well, I was up on the roof.
And why exactly were you up there?
Oh, you know, the wintry costume and the legendary hero. Legendary?
Hero?
Santa Claus! עכשיו מרץ!
Literally מרץ, אפילו עכשיו, in real time! מרץ, אדוני!
Santa Claus.
I wanted to do that thing he does, like I climbed up to one of the chimneys. But when I got there, there was smoke pouring out of the chimney.
And
Well, I can't go down the chimney with smoke coming up, right? So I gave up.
Objection!
Larry, you realize that Santa Claus does not exist, right?
Of course I know! I did graduate from junior high, you know?
Then you should also understand this. If Santa was here, real, he would be the biggest unlawful trespasser in history.
Oh, crud!
It is your attempt to imitate Santa that has landed you as the prime suspect in this murder.
Come on, man! What's wrong with pretending to be Santa?
Objection!
Let's start with the fact that it will be the IDs of March in the matter of hours. Santa only visits homes on December 24th. That's in December, you nitwit.
Hello! Hey, wait a sec! We're not in court!
Larry, about that samurai sword that was used as the murder weapon.
Oh, that! Well, I should head to the ambassador in this room, you know?
Yes, apparently you did.
And, well, I totally forgot about it and left it behind when I left afterwards.
Oh my god.
Wanna talk about shock? I was the most shocked when all I heard was it killed.
Mom?
When I heard it killed someone. Shocked! Foolish fool looking especially foolish for foolishly stating such a foolish excuse. Jesus Christ, אני הולך לשתות מים!
כי זה ממש קשה לעשות כל הקולות האלה.
Oh my god.
אוקיי, יופי, מים. מים קומפליט! בואו נמשיך.
You forgot to take something that big with you? Who would believe such a tale?
Hold it!
Sorry, Miss Von Karma, but I believe him.
Because if anyone could forget something like that, it would be Larry.
Gee, you believe me? I just did not fetch it for something special.
Anyway, even if Larry had simply forgotten the sword and left it behind, that in no way clears his name. Which means that I will have to prove his innocence from a different angle. Ah. Yeah, there's an option now. Okay, good to know.
It's a fireplace, and by the looks of it, I don't think it's been used recently.
Yes, I can't say that I see anything unusual about it.
אבל זה מה שזה unusual. כי אם זה לא היה בשימוש, איך יש את העשן? יש לי ניחוש, וקוראים לו השריפה שהיה בבאבל. זה אומר שלארי היה בבאבל מתי שהיה את השריפה. You did some investigating over in the Babylese embassy too, right?
I did. Is there a problem?
Leg Z says, a wolf who aims to hunt for 2 rabbits at once.
I believe your idiom. Huh? Idiom you require is he who runs after 2 hares will catch neither.
A real wolf can catch both.
I see. So what are you trying to say, seeing as how I am currently handling 2 cases?
Suit yourself. I don't say I didn't warn you.
The counterpart of the Babylonese to the Babylonese butterfly is the Alabastian's flower.
The butterfly and flower. They're both lovely things. But can we interpret this to mean that Alabas provides honey to Babu?
Francisco, can you come up with a more meaningful or profound comment?
Very well. Let's hear... Very well then. Let's hear what sort of profound comment you can come up with.
Well, flowers cannot survive without butterflies that spread their pollen. And butterflies cannot live without the nectar that flowers provide. If either one were to disappear from the equation, neither would survive. How was that, Miss Wonkama?
Your explanation took so long that I nearly fell asleep. Well, let's continue the investigation.
Oh my god. Francisco, why can't you just admit I had something there? Okay, المشخر. The counterpart to the Babylonese butterfly. There you go. Huh. אני לא קורא את זה עוד פעם.
זה useless. זה אמר 2.500?
אשמר את זה. I don't give a fuck, אני אשמר את זה. כן משהו אחר.
Two gorgeous flowers are in full bloom here. I'm sure flowers as lovely as these must have an equally as a lovely name.
As lovely names.
Miles Edgeworth, are you done staring? I should really hardly think passion flowers are all that rare. Passion flowers? That's a rather unusual name. It was named by priests in the 15th century for the Passion of Christ. As they say, you learn something new every day.
Okay.
This must be Ambassador Alba's desk. His notebook is open on his desk. On his desk. He must have been in the middle of some important work. Sapling growth log. It finally sprouted today. Funny, doesn't look like important work to me. The person shaking hands with the still samurai in this picture is Ambassador Alba.
Oh wait, I'm not pressing הכיוון.
It was taken just before the murder. Still samurai must be very popular.
They're even using the national treasure as a backdrop.
I just don't understand what exactly is so great about Top Knot there.
Clearly, there is a depth to this show that a young person like you can fathom.
Speaking of young people, aren't young children the target audience for this show of costumed actors?
תודה רבה! תודה רבה.
Look at this photo and tell me what you find odd about this scene, Miss Von Karma. The apparent joy on the ambassador's face as he shakes that top knot's head. That's not it. I was trying to point out that the statue in the photo is facing a different way. You're right.
The statue is a national treasure. As such, only an ambassador or a secretariat level person is allowed to handle it. The fact that the statue is facing one way in this photo, and now it's facing a different direction in this preserved crime scene, is proof that someone touched this statue around the time of the crime. I guess that's about, wraps up my investigation. That's... Oh! Pink Princess.
Yo, Pink Princess! How are you feeling? Still feeling ill?
Pink Princess.
And yet another strange character comes out of the woodwork. And so the Pink Princess also comes to pay the Alabastian embassy a visit. I believe I may need to speak with her as well.
Okay.
Miss Pink Princess, I have a few questions I would like to ask you. Miss Pink Princess, if you please answer.
Hey! Wendy! Okay, wow! Kama returning characters.
This must be what they call fate. How could this happen?
2 days in a row!
Oh, what the? Aren't you Miss Oldbag?
Why are you so surprised?
So you're the one that got to play the Steel Samurai. It's too bad I didn't realize that until now. You are acquaintances with Larry? Why, yes. We worked at the same company for a little while, you know?
Ken, KB Security.
That's why it's okay, my edgy poo. You don't need to be jealous.
בוא נתעלם איפה לוודי יש יותר access לדברים מאשר מלרי, אבל whatever.
No! I was in the next room, you know, trying to get in some beauty sleep. It was so noisy here that I couldn't fall asleep, so I came over to complain. So I imagine my shock when I saw my precious Angie Boo waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined that you would ever come to a show like this?
My god, Wendy.
I guess I misjudged you, Angie Poo.
Wendy, shop po. Ex-security lady! Oh my god, my Yash Baba costumes! Seriously!
You misjudged him? I thought he was trying to avoid me, you know?
That was no misjudgment on your part. That's precisely what I was trying to do.
Ah, it looks like the winds have shifted and now he's willing to be chased after. I'm simply overwhelmed. Don't worry, Angie Poo. I'll chase you for forever, to the end of the earth. Isn't that just peachy?
This is one of those times when Franziska and I actually see eye to eye. My god, כמה characters יש פה? אני לא רוצה להגיד legacy characters, כי אני רוצה לדבר גם אלה שהיו מה-previous cases. לארי מה-original trilogy, ונדי שהתחילה מה-original trilogy אבל באה לפה בקייס 3. לנג, שינה, פרנסיסקה. קואוצ'ן טכנית. מאסק דה מאסק, ועוד לארי וונדי הם הסטיל סמרה והפינק פרינסס. ג'יזוס קרייסט! כמה לגאסי קרקטרס, סליחה, לא לגאסי קרקטרס, כמה פאסט קרקטרס היו פה? Now then, what are you doing here? I thought you were working in Gay Land as the Pink Badger. Pink Badger, Pink Princess.
What are you talking about? That was ages ago!
That was yesterday!
Look, I worked at Global Studios before a long time ago, right? Well, they called me up this morning, kind of out of the blue actually. They called you? Apparently, the girl who plays the Pink Princess collapsed from a bad cold. Happened so suddenly, so they called me to be her last minute replacement.
Do they not have enough people on staff at that studio? אוקיי, אז כן ניגשים לטורנמנט סמוראי, לקונקשנס של סמוראי.
I really can't say no, so here I am, playing the role of the heroine. Instead of the Mindy girl, I mean. But the poor girl, I feel bad for her. Because let me stand in for her, she's going to have a terrible time. Oh my god!
Shut up! אני רוצה לקרוא את זה. תודה.
I'm standing her, but she's going to have a terrible time when she returns. I mean, I'm not exactly great at reading that strange font they use, plus I was called in to be a stand-in at the very last second, so I tripped over all the most important lines. I knew that Ragdoll, instead of the shuriken, hit the steel samurai instead of the enemy. And the audience was in an uproar, but as an avant-garde actress, don't forgive me. Because I tell you, they're really just a bunch of simpletons. You're a rather lively old lady.
So basically, you received the stand-in request this morning, correct?
You got it. If you need to see it, I've got it right here. Look. It appears that she's telling the truth. I tell you, my fine acting moved the entire audience to tears.
אוקיי. לא יודעת כמה זה יהיה רלוונטי, אבל אוקיי.
Yes. Tears of laughter, as I recall. But being famous has its problems too, you know? Here, take a look at this. It's a letter from a stalker. I was just taking my break when I found this stuck under the door to my room.
Oh my god.
Honestly, you really have to watch out for these kinds of things. Look at what it says. Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight. Your loving night. Wow, absolutely revolting. I mean, you think you'll get my name right. There's no accent in my name.
Wait, this horrible handwriting. Where have I seen it before? אני לא רוצה לדבר על ההנדרייטינג, אני רוצה לדבר על צורת הכתב. כן, כי פה מיסטר אדג'וורף המם יכול להיראות כמו W. יכול להיראות... בוא עושה שאין לי את זה כאבדנס. אבל גם הדיבור זה ליטרלי מדבר על האקשנס של לארי.
But now that you're here, Edgy Poo, I feel 100% safe.
Where do I factor into this?
You'd bust an evil stalker man for my sake, wouldn't you, Edgy Poo?
Well, if you allow me deliberately to handle this in my own way, I'll gladly dispatch a detective at to your house later.
Oh, come on, Edgy Poo. Stop being so dismissive and playing hard to get.
כי עכשיו אני מקבל את המכתב מהסטוקר. למה לא הייתי יכול לפתוח את זה? כן, צורת הכתב כאן של ה-M הוא דומה מאוד ל-W. ואז ככה צ'ופצ'יק, לי זה נראה נקודה עם I. כמו פה. הנה גם פה המם שנראה כמו W, married man of near old Tokyo. ואז האקשן זה ליטרלי מתאם עם לארי. What were you doing at the time of the crime?
What crime?
What?
After the show was over, I have nothing but free time on my hands. So I used the fireplace in the room next door to keep my bad hip warm. Well, a murder occurred in the room right next to yours. Is that right? Oh, Edgy Poo, I'm so scared. Hold me, caress me.
Hold it!
My god. If you could please not cling on to my personage.
In any case, I take it then that you failed to show up at the Ambassador Alba's speech. Oh, that. No, I didn't go. I mean, I may have the heart of a young, tender maiden, but my body just refuses to cooperate at times. As soon as the show ended, my hips started acting up and got stiff. I couldn't move at all.
Can you provide proof of your condition? Oh my god, Miles.
Oh, you just go ahead and ask the doctors in the infirmary. They're the ones who carry me from the theater all the way to this embassy.
I have to admit, the thought of her not being able to leave that room is rather pleasant. Oh. Praska von Karma! I brought the police dog as you requested, sir.
Good work! You may now leave, officer.
This dog.
I requested the assistance of a dog in our search for the other Garasu.
Looks like you guys have some pretty bright dogs in this country too. The mosquito and missile. מאיזה תני אחד. אוקיי, זה כן מיסל. אני זוכרת את התמונה הזאתי. Hey, you're a real cutie, aren't you? Yeah, that's a good boy. That's the police dog Gumption's being taken care of. Missile. I think its name is Missile. Huh.
What a fitting name for a police dog that dashes out in front of attacks.
That action alone isn't exactly what's going to solve the case for us, you know?
Now, Missile, I want you to find some clues. Go!
Oh.
Good dog! You really are quite bright, aren't you? Unlike a certain someone I know. Now, what do we have here? What is this? It looks like a small hot dog, but...
Wait, Francisca. Isn't that an official samurai dog?
Ah, no! Bullet missile! He ate it. I want effort to right for him to eat that.
אני זוכר את זה מאיזה תני אחד. Oh boy. It's just a meat substance snack featuring the steel samurai. I'm sure he'll be fine.
That's quite a bit of information you gathered there in a single quick glance.
You should really be focusing on why there was a samurai dog there in the first place.
It looks like that snack wasn't all that Missile found.
Oh.
Oh, and what do we have here? It appears to be a lady's undershirt. I wonder if Master Alba might have an interest in cross-dressing.
Oh my god!
I somehow doubt that. It doesn't look like the shirt would even fit him. A samurai dog in a lady's undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this? Given the circumstances, the lady's undershirt could only belong to one person. I suppose I should get this over with and ask the owner of said undershirt about it.
אני חושב שמישהו שזה ונדי, אבל יש לי את זה עכשיו סוף סוף.
There is no trace in this room's fireplace being used. And your point is? Smoke was supposedly pouring out of the chimney connected to this fireplace. At least, according to Larry. This is a contradiction of facts, is it not? Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof? There is testimony from an investigator that puts Larry at this particular chimney. So no, I don't believe it. I don't think it was a mistaken impersonation on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at that time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went? Ah, I see. So what you are proposing is this. The smoke that came out the chimney was actually from Miss Oldback's fire. So basically, the fireplaces of neighboring rooms share one chimney. Is that what you are implying? Precisely.
וככה זה יכול להיות רק אחד.
Okay. אוקיי, זה ממש טעיתי.
אז אולי זה ונדי. הגיוני כי זה נשים, אבל מצד אחר, הצ'ימני המשותף גורם לחשוב על לארי.
Whatever. If you could please take a look at this brown-colored undershirt. Oh, Hedgy Poo! What is the meaning of this? Why did you steal that thing from my bags?
Oh!
All you had to do was ask, and I would have gladly given as many as you'd like. Thanks, but no thanks. This shirt was found here, this crime scene. What? Come now, why don't you just confess and explain what it's doing here? I know nothing! Nothing, I tell you! What? Oh, I admit I used the fireplace to dry that shirt. I can't really have the fact that I had to, you know? Wearing the Pink Princess cosplay was like being in a sauna. I don't without to get figured as a suspect. You're too cruel, Edgy Poo. Are you claiming you never set foot once inside this room? Of course I am. If I've been the one to find the body, do you think I'll just be as calm and relaxed as I am? I tell you, it's oh my god. tell you, it's always like this. It's always my fault for some reason or another. That weekly tabloid article is missing, the camera is missing, that lawyer always makes it. Sure, it's my fault. They're missing. Speaking of missing, there's a matter of my husband. Can you believe when we get married? He said, I guess I'm stuck marrying you. What kind of propose is that? What he should have done is he should have whispered in my ear, I don't deserve you, but I can't help it. Will you marry me? Honestly, man these days. Interesting comment.
A weekly tabloid missing, that camera missing. That lawyer always makes sure it's my fault they're missing. זה justice for all. זה farewell. כי נכון, הדברים של לונה, ונדי לקחה אותם בשביל הסקופ שלה.
Well, I don't believe she's lying about her actions. I can safely assume she really was drying her shirt by the fireplace on her break. And somehow the undershirt managed to move the next room into this one. I assume the still samurai dog was also yours. Ah, that brilliant mind of yours! You can really say everything about me. And so the feeling of dread continues. Well, I suppose I should ask for more details.
אני קצת מבולבל. נראה לי ראיתי את זה. נראה לי שהבנתי, היא כנראה שמה את החולצה שלה מאחורי הצ'ימני שלה, שזה הקדימה של הצ'ימני הזה. וככה זה בעצם משותף.
The lady's undershirt the missile found. Why are you getting all excited over holding on to a lady's undergarment? Miles Edgeworth, you uncouth sea slug!
Oh my god.
If you're not the owner of said undershirt, then hurry up and return it to her already.
You have it all wrong. This is evidence.
And the owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet, despite that, myself found it in the fireplace of this room. This lady's undershirt. Are you seriously claiming that it somehow passed through a solid brick wall? Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the two fireplaces are connected to each other. Perhaps a closer look at the back of the fireplace is in order. Huh. There's an X on the back wall of the fireplace. Let's see if I can't get a better look at it. What in the...
Oh!
The wall separating this room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace apparently turns. As I suspected, the fireplace does indeed connect the room to the neighboring room. The neighboring room? There appears to be nothing particular about the next room. But the fact that there is nothing special about the next room is what's important. It's the fact that there is a secret passageway through this room's fireplace. We now know that the fireplace connects the 2 rooms. But how exactly is that significant? You're going to suddenly name the old lady as the masked killer now, are you?
No, she couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip. So she could not have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe. But this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with the Mask 2's murder. שום דבר עם The Mask 2. מה עם קואוצ'ן? That samurai dog was yours, wasn't it?
Oh, of course, of course, but yours is my edgy poo.
Hold it!
If you could just stick to what I asked you.
Edgy? Are you a Miss Old Bag?
No!
You really don't change, do you? When will you learn how to take a joke? Anyway, that samurai dog wasn't mine.
Oh.
Those things are a present from the studio to the embassy. A present?
Studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We're supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all into the pushcart just to move them all. The studio guys should deliver those things by themselves, right, Edgy? So, did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instructions?
Hey, Edgy, don't just ignore me and my question. Aren't you going to stick up for me? Ah, about that. See, after the show, I went to rest a spell in that dressing room. Because of my bad hip, you know. And they were there. The samurai dogs were just sitting on that dressing room floor. I suppose you had to make preparations for distributing them after the show. Well, if by preparation you mean sampling them as well.
Excuse me?
Oh, I tried one and thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it was silly of me to think this, but I figured that since they're for a kids show, their taste was probably for kids too. But they were so good that I couldn't stop. Before I went back into my room, I just had to help myself to half a dozen or so boxes. As I sat down by the roaring fire, warming them and eating them, I thought, this is...
Bruh.
Well, what is it now? Oh, I know. I bet you want the box too, don't you, my edgy poo? Well, who am I to say no to you? I'll only give you one. The rest are all for me. Looks like the lesson for today is that when the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess take off their mask, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers.
Okay. It would appear that the answer has made itself known. You're making quite a confident face there, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on! I'm ready to counter any argument you may have. Very well then, if you are prepared. I'll show you exactly where my deductions have led me. Good! I'm counting on you, Edgy! Leave it to me, Larry. My first attack will be to expose your lie for what it really is. My lie? I know that there is still something you are keeping from the rest of us. What's wrong with you? Why is it you won't believe me no matter what I say, Edgy? Curse you! Let's just hurry up and die already if that's how it's going to be. I'll confess to every murder in the whole world and then kill my... Oh my god! Oh, Larry! Throw everything into mass confusion! You made some wonderful friends as a child, I see. Larry, I have only one thing to say to you. Even if you make that face at me, it's no use. A man who's ready to die is strong-willed, you know? Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of harebrained trouble you caused. Harebrained. I only ask that you do not lie to me. If you cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some insipid lie, I will never forgive you. Edgy! Although, allow me to say, I consider to be among the innocent in this case. And that I will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this. Alright. This time I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened, what didn't happen, the works. Just what happened will do. Now then, if you would please testify to what you did up on that roof tonight. Oh my god. After the show, I have the pushcart in the rose garden and came into the embassy. Then I took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered about. That's when I spied the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know? So then I went to play Santa and decided to give it a try. Larry, I thought I just finished telling you to not lie anymore. But it's kinda ultra embarrassing. And what exactly is so ultra embarrassing that you can't tell me? Edgy, man. I just said it was embarrassing, so of course I can't just blurt it out. You're just gonna reason it out of me. As a superior, I command that you hurry up and expose this man's lie. I have every intention to, for I'm not willing to let us waste our time on such a frivoling matter. לא סתם החלטת לשחק סנטה.
Objection!
My god.
Objection!
לא? טוב, אולי זה פרסים. I should hardly think that chimneys are that rare.
Agreed. Especially since they're a traditional feature of American houses.
Plus, many grand buildings have even larger and fancier chimneys.
Yeah, but the kind of chimney I'm talking about is a really romantic type.
A romantic chimney?
Might sound kinda silly, but women seem to really enjoy them.
And I just had a good feeling about that chimney.
Hold it!
You suddenly wanted to play Santa?
Oh, well, I dressed up as Santa once before already. I was down at Gourd Lake. Okay, come on, let's see.
I appreciate it if you wouldn't dredge up such unnecessary memories for me.
Sounds like you guys share all of history. A perk of being childhood friends, huh? Besides, it's a felony to dress up and play as Santa, you know? Santa doesn't go around killing people after he comes down a family's chimney, after all.
Actually, is it worth delving into whether or not playing Santa is a big deal?
Now it can.
Actually, I believe in this case of this man, playing Santa is actually quite a big deal.
Oh! אז אם ככה אז עכשיו זה עושה את זה obvious, אני מכין את זה. Are you saying that your body is exactly made of Santa quality stuff?
Precisely. You hit the nail on the head, Agent Lang.
Hey, Reggie! That's so incredibly mean!
Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world?
Of course I know that! I did graduate from junior high, you know?
In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. I want to tell me to whom you were delivering a present to.
I was, delivering a present to a child, not basking in a warm glow of love.
Objection!
That must be the most elegant description of you that I've ever heard. But a lie is still a lie.
You sure know how to kick a guy when he's down, you know that?
In any case, the person you wish to deliver a present onto was most certainly Wendy.
Take that!
Interesting suspects. Interesting taste you have there, Mr. Suspect. Don't spread lies about me! I totally don't want to see Miss Olbeck so much I'll try to go down a chimney. No!
I'd advise that you stop right there in your bashing of a lady.
Well, I must admit that I myself hardly ever have to want to run into that lady. However, what if you were misinformed and under the wrong impression? Then what?
Define wrong impression.
I simply mean that the man before you thought to enter the old lady's room without knowing one very important fact. And that fact is best summarized in this.
Take that!
What? What?
Objection! Take that!
What is that request?
Take that!
Okay. This is something the old lady received from her employer for the night. The girl who normally plays the Pink Princess. Mindy, was it again? It seems that this man is quite taken with that actress. Oh, that's not true, Edgy! She's the one with the heart for me! I just know it! Like, oh my god. I feel a sexy beam piercing my heart when she's watching me. Sexy beam, I tell you! You filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiotic, cowardly apparition of a man! You haven't matured at all since we last met. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor! Yes? This guy has got bigger problems than just getting involved in murders, I take it. I suppose you could put it that way. Hey, what the heck, man? I don't get you guys at all. Why do you have to make me out as some sort of bad guy? To return to the original topic, I propose that at least this much has been made clear. Without any knowledge that Miss Mindy had fallen ill, Larry tried to make his way into the Pink Princess' room. That much we know for sure. Powiedziałem chimney stuff. Hey, Eddie! It looks like I got the hang of this court thing now. But we're not in court at the moment. Shut up! Let's see what's going on here. It looks like what you did in court. I guess old boy here still has something he would like to say. Like Z says, until the root of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth. We try to form conclusions until everything is out in the open, which is why I'll listen. Alright, then get ready to listen to me defeat Edgy in the Battle of Wits. Larry, have you forgotten that should I lose, your victory prize will be your arrest? No tumble. So, you think all I wanted to do was go visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up the chimney, but the smoke was really thick. It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Then, to top it all off, I became a suspect in a murder. That's what you really meant. But why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose? Hey! Someone say something! Larry, are you seriously trying to submit this, not as confession, but as testimony? So what if I am? Is there something wrong with that? My claim is a claim claiming my claim. Do I have a problem with that? So it was you! You're my stalker! I should warn you. It doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type of a woman who's... Oh my god. I'm the type of woman who's wholly focused on one man. That one man, and as long as Edgy plays alive, I just drop him and be so unfaithful. No, I can't. Although earlier I was tempted by just a tiny weeny bit by that wolf man, but that was just a test of my love for my dear Edgy Poo, which I passed with flying colors.
But from now on, I will stay completely true to my beloved Edgy Poo and stay for the rest of eternity. I swear it. Oh, I'm so inspired! You're such an inconsiderate, completely idiotic, and all-around completely worthless man. I thought I heard something ominous just now. Perhaps it was just my imagination. I believe there's nothing further for me to prove at this point. What do you mean? Of course you've still got something to prove. You still have to show some proof that I was trying to meet up with Mindy. Proof, you say? Remember, Reggie? Everything is evidence in court, right? You mean evidence is everything in court? Larry, but I understand your point. Yeah, see? I'm totally a pro at this now. Very well. If you wish to see the evidence, then let me show you the last piece of evidence you'll ever wish to see. גם אפילו שאין את המוזיקה.
Objection!
כן. גם אפילו שזה אין מוזיקה, זה ה-first statement. אומייגאד, שנייה, אני רגע לוקח פה מהר לשתות. קצת להתרענן עם מים נעים, עוזר. יופי. Larry, don't even think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter.
Hey! Why are you showing that thing to me? Wendy, I will be descending on you from above tonight. Your loving knight. Well, isn't it just romantic?
But you weren't able to descend on her from above, were you, Mr. Loving Knight?
Ah! I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember a thing.
Objection!
Oh my god. You can pretend to be ignorant all you would like, but it's written right here. This proves that you were not out to meet the old lady, but rather you were attempting to pay Miss Mindy a visit. Part of the letter shows that the person Larry had intended to meet was Mindy.
Take that!
Larry, I suggest you take a penmanship lessons. That is, if you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again.
What the heck? What are you talking about? Speak English!
You wrote Mindy so sloppily that it became Wendy to the average eye.
Hey, stop picking on me! It's so embarrassing!
There. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? They're the best, aren't they? For punching. But I will have to wait until we're off of this crime scene.
Ah, Edgy! Save me from this scary man!
Sure. If you're willing to make amends, starting with your incredibly embarrassing mistake.
Dad, that wasn't me!
Come again?
It's a fake! Someone's out to get me, so they made that fake letter. To set me up! Accept your defeat graciously. But you guys are being so mean.
Hold it!
Penmanship analysis.
What's that?
Now, who of all people have a certain unique features in their handwriting?
Ergo, all we have to do is compare the handwriting in this letter to a sample of yours. And we'll know soon enough who was it that sent this letter. I will never write another thing in my life!
Hold it!
It's no use, Mr. Loving Knight. For you've already graciously provided me with a sample of your handwriting.
Take that!
This autograph and our mysterious letter. If we compare the handwriting, we'll know the answer to our questions soon enough. Confess now, Larry, to your miserable failure. I'm sorry! I did it! It was me causing trouble again. I admit it. You hit the nail on the head, Angie. So, he finally confesses. I saw the pink princess being carried around in a stretcher and got worried, alright? I wanted to go into Mindy's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. So what choice did I have? It was the chimney or bust, Angie.
Your mind jumped from the door to the chimney? What a criminally overreactive imagination.
Well, at least I was honest around Mindy a letter and stuck it under the door. That way she won't be so shocked when I came down for the chimney.
Except for the fact that the letter was an utter failure at conveying said sentiment.
I'm really sorry. Harry, you may be a shameful good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. Oh my god, כמה פעמים עומדים לעשות לארי ככה?
However, I always knew you weren't the killer. I told you to trust me.
כן, זה עכשיו obvious. זה בנו את זה כ-obvious. לארי לא יכול לרדת בצ'ימני. בגלל שהיה עשן שיצא בעצם מוונדי.
Because, at the very least, I can attest that about you. I can attest to that about you.
Angie, you're... Ah!
We've lost a lot of valuable time because of you.
Ow!
In any case, I believe we can say that we know now exactly what happened. Right?
Oh, that's fine.
We know exactly what happened.
לא יודע למה אמרתי right.
Mr. Larry Butts had to climb down the chimney. Not for access to the crime scene, but to enter the room of the elderly lady next door.
Great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Although, I still find it unbelievable that the two of you are friends. I left them out first. But the suspicion of that guy over there isn't completely resolved yet. So don't get any funny ideas about running off, okay? Ow! Hey, what? Edgy! Oh, that's the move on me when he says I'm not off the hook yet.
He means the murder weapon.
Larry, did you forget? There are two layers of suspicion hanging over your head. Access a crime scene with a murder weapon. רוב הסיכויים הוא כן הפיל את זה, אבל אין שום דרך להוכיח את זה באופן פשוט. That's exactly what I mean. We can't only rely on the words of the suspect after all. We may have figured out where he was and what he was doing all night. But the blood-stained samurai sword that was left at the crime scene. As long as there is no satisfactory explanation for that, this wolf will refuse to ease up on his bite.
Reggie, that guy. Looks like he's seriously about to take a bite out of me. I'm well aware, as you should be as well, that this upcoming battle will be crucial.
Thanks to the cooperation of our lovely bumbler, I've been dealt a very nice hand and a sweet trump card. Looks like we're about to enter the final bout. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's see what you've got.
I can easily point out the contradiction in the supposed murder weapon. But the real problem for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is. This will be a high stakes gamble. But this is one game I cannot afford to lose.
Oh!
עדיין לא פתרנו את זה. וזה murder weapon שמופיע בשתי מקומות.
I was the one who found the body of the victim, the mask too. Beside him was the samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. It was supposed to be in the still samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect Larry Butts, in here too.
Isn't that a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply on the basis of ownership?
But this owner wanted to sneak in onto the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go on, don't you?
Hold it!
If you're alluding to his reason for being in the chimney, we've already established that.
Knuckle back!
Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are long-time friends, right? Who's to say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi? What?
You're accusing me of fabricating evidence?
You think I can believe everything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do.
Man, some serious issue with prosecutors. שדיברנו זה בקייס 3, אבל החלק הזה של הסרטון היה copyrighted as fuck off.
But come on! I can't think up something as complicated as that, right, Edgy?
Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality well. However, Agent Larry knows nothing about you. Or me, for that matter. I sense his hatred for the entire profession emanating from his entire being. Meaning that the only way I can prove Larry's innocence is to present irrefutable evidence.
Shazat Sakin!
Hold it!
Excuse me, but glittering red and offering up a scent of blood? And offering up the scent of blood? Come out,
Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean the sight and smell of blood, of course. And according to the tests, the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. The sword was made to only be used on stage, so it's not sharp. But it is pretty weighty. It's certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death with. Which leads me to suspect that the victim was beaten to death with the sword.
beaten to death, huh?
This doesn't seem, and this is too important, just let it slip by. Besides him, the victim was a samurai sword covering the victim's blood. I suspect he bit the victim with that thing.
Hold it!
About this samurai sword, have you received a report from forensics yet? They confirmed that the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. Alright, but have they confirmed that the outline of this sword, his wound is consistent with the weapon? Tell me something. Do you see the dead body right there in front of you? So, if they were conducting the autopsy right now, should the body not be here? Well, shouldn't be here? Well? I suppose so. I guess they must still be investigating this room. Meaning that it's possible he doesn't know about that piece of evidence's true nature. Anything else you'd like to chit-chat about? No? Good. Now let's continue.
Objection!
Oh.
Objection!
Do you know what this is, Agent Lang? It's a long spear, right? We used to use those a lot in my country a long time ago. Piercing, mowing people down. Spears are the weapon of heroes throughout history. It's the next most effective weapon after the whip. Oh my god. I think the whip is in a slightly different category. So, what's your point? Are you going to tell me that the spear is the real weapon? No. I simply want you to take a look at this section here. The way it's bent? Precisely. Apparently, a subtle troublemaker hit it against the wall in this embassy earlier. And as you can clearly see, the inside of the steel samurai's weapons are hollow. In other words, the replicas aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow. Oh! Oh, is that logic? Okay. Let alone the multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon someone to death. And yet there's not even a dent in the samurai sword. How do you explain that? Oh yeah! A sword and a spear are made from the same stuff, so they bend easily.
But I wish to make him out of better stuff. Because the spear got bent.
I was able to do my special early samurai ray jump move. Man, it's like an earful from the director of the play for not doing it in the show. Steel Samurai's special move was changed tonight because of him? Ouch!
That's more than enough from your whiny whimpering. Now, back on the topic of the spear.
Yes. Let's return to the real topic of discussion. This is where the real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy per se. So all I can do now is let the chips fall where they may be. Where they may.
Using guesswork and taking risk in place of real logic is hardly the Von Karma way. It's neither smart nor very clever.
Miss Von Karma, as you know, unlike your father, I'm not a genius prosecutor. Plus, I doubt his record of a 40-year win streak will ever be broken. Zaleta Ketishbal, what are you talking about? But it's for the best if it remains unbroken. For no one should conceive of the notion to convict all defendants in the first place.
Objection!
The foolish statement from a foolish fool who hates to lose. It's the job of a prosecutor to make sure that all defendants are found guilty in court. There's nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory.
Hold it!
That may be your opinion, however, I don't believe that's all we are. As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. And if that means that the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk towards the truth.
Not so fast!
You're good at keeping me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump and we expire. I would like to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed the mask too without bending it. So, what do you think of my hypothetical scenario? I think you know what to do here, right? And what you need. Of course. What I need is evidence that he can't refute. This is it. It's time to bring this case to a close. It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone. And under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. We searched the embassy, top and bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. So is it only natural that the suspicion would fall onto the owner of said weapon? How long do you intend to cling onto that preposterous theory? As long as I want, because we examined every corner within the walls of this embassy. There's no stone we left unturned. And we have managed to come up with only one logical conclusion. That the only place inside this embassy with the victim's blood on it is the sword.
Hold it!
You left no stone unturned? Is that a fact?
Not so fast!
If you got something to say, then say it in the only way I respect, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, of course. In that case, allow me to make it all crystal clear to you. עכשיו ניגשים למה שרציתי לעשות.
Objection!
לא! What? אוקיי, כן, זה ככה חדש.
Hold it!
The only place you could find the blood was on the samurai sword.
That's right, even with Luminol. Which means that all the possibilities outside what I've already outlined.
I have a problem with Agent Lang's assertion that the samurai sword.
Yes!
If you believe there's no other door of possibility left open, then allow me to force one open for you.
Not so fast!
And how do you plan to do that?
By showing you what may possibly be the real murder weapon.
Not so fast!
The real murder weapon! I hate to repeat myself, but my men have already searched the last inch of this embassy. And they've concluded that there's nothing else that could have been used as a weapon. Knowing these facts, they still want to press forward your little hypothesis.
Of course. Because it's not possible that your men inspected everything in their investigation.
Not so fast!
What are you talking about? I don't appreciate mind games. I don't appreciate it when people like you slander my men.
Hold it!
I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I'm merely pointing out that their investigating Darnet has a few holes in it. Dragons. Namely, that there is something your man couldn't even lay a finger on. And that item is the real murder weapon.
Alright then, I'll play along for now. This real murder that killed the mask too. What exactly is it?
The real murder weapon, which not a single person has yet to touch. is
Take
this.
that!
What? באמת.
Hold it!
באמת אני מת על להיות הסכין. Fuck off, game.
Not so fast! Not so fast! Not so fast! Hold it!
Oh! הפסל! כי אף אחד לא נוגע לזה אם אלבאסט ובאבל פועלים באותם חוקים.
The national treasure of Alabast.
You mean the Primidoc statue?
Yes, and as you know, only the ambassador and his secretariat may touch it. Which I believe means that neither you or your men were able to examine it. Correct?
Not so fast!
You know very well that if we did that, there would be an international incident between the Kingdom of Alabas and the Republic of Babel.
אבל זה הנושא המעניין כאן! הפסל כן זז!
The two countries' precarious relationship tears in the balance over a stupid fight related to related to a sovereignty statue. But I'll be
damned if I let something go unexamined.
Hold it!
Agent Lang, if you could take a look at this. The direction the statue is facing just before and after the crime are different. And there's only one conclusion I can draw from that.
Go look for Ambassador Alba and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue.
Shifu, you can't listen to this infidel's words.
He is most definitely trying to trick you.
Shifu, please, let's be rational about this.
Ugh. Like Z says, just go already!
Yes, sir.
Just okay, wow!
Come on, Lang.
Shifu. Yeah? I'm really sorry, sir, but I was unable to convince the ambassador. I was unable to obtain permission for us to examine the Permaduck statue. I see.
Wait. But then the investigation is at a standstill. Agent Lang, I will go speak with the ambassador personally.
Save your breath. You may act all weak and frail, but that old man's one tough cookie. But I guess you gotta be tough when you're representing a whole country, you know?
Agent Lang.
What do you want? Let's just hurry up and examine the statue already.
What? But Shifu,
What about causing an international incident? Quiet! I'll take the fall if I have to later.
Hold it!
Agent Lang, the hypothesis is mine, so if someone is to take the responsibility, let it be me.
Responsibility? If we're going to talk in such heavy terms, maybe I should let you. It'd be a real problem for my men if something were to happen to me. Alright then, let's talk and more investigating.
If we want to know the truth, we can't stop here. Action must be taken. Agent Lang, I would like to run a luminal. What? Chemiluminescence test on the statue.
A luminal test? Good thinking. If the statue is the murder weapon, then some of the victim's blood should be on it. Okay, get the forensics team in here.
Oh,
Looks like you hit the jackpot, Mr. Prosecutor. I guess this means that this is the real murder weapon that killed the mask too.
indeed.
But I wouldn't celebrate yet if I were you. This doesn't let your friend off the hook. It doesn't prove that he then killed the mask too, so the charge remains.
We are hardly done examining the statue, Agent Lang. Knowing that it is the real murder weapon, I believe further examination is required.
Ah, you think so? Okay then, knock yourself out.
Oh. Upon closer inspection, he really does look like the Steel Samurai.
Hey, maybe that's why they chose him to be the Goodwill Ambassador?
I actually can't discredit that hypothesis.
Or maybe the people at this embassy just really like this Steel Samurai.
That's absolutely preposterous! I don't think it's that unlikely. You mustn't go around denouncing people's opinions. And yet, look at how easily you discredited mine! Not that I care why they chose him. Oh.
אני מתעלם בינתיים מהיד למטה. אני פשוט מתעלם מזה בינתיים. כי בא לי לראות עם לנג, יש לי achievement. There's a shield on his back. I wonder if that's supposed to mean that his back is covered. Lang Z says, those with a shield on their back deflect all enemies behind them. It means that he is ready for any blindside attacks that may come in his way. Agent Lang, there's no need to attach overly complex meanings to such a simple thing. It didn't seem to get what Lang Z's saying, so I was just explaining it to you. The saying itself is what I was referring to when I said overly complex, you know? With his sword drawn already, there's a certain aura of valor around him. Lang Z says, those who hold the sword hold an equally strong will. Oh my god, yesterday. It's said that the weapon one holds reflects the strength and will of one's character. I wonder if this was created as a show of the country's majesty. Oh, then what does Randy's whip say about her character? It says that I'm ready to exact punishment on those who would break the law. Why are you glaring at me? I thought you understood that I'm not the killer. I believe in your case. She wishes to exact punishment before anything else happens. Oh, there we go. Examine both the sword and the shield on the statue. תודה רבה. ורק רגע, אני רוצה רגע לראות את זה כי אני קצת בדיליי פה אני רואה. זה מראה את לנג. לנג חשבתי שזה מראה את בון פרדי. או לא, זה מראה את לנג. לא ראיתי את התמונה. And what do we have here? This dirty smudge. It looks like a handprint. What's a definitive bit of evidence like you doing under here? Looks like we've got some fingerprints to analyze. Worst case scenario, these prints belong to Larry. It looks like it's too late for me to do anything about that now. Hey! Forensics guy! I want results of these fingerprints ASAP, do you hear me? Okay, bye Kagami. Agent Lang, I have the analysis results, sir. Good! And? Sir, about the prints we lifted from the bottom of the statue. Well, you know, the victim of the murder in the Balinese embassy? Have some coaching? The prints belong to him. To Mr. Manny Coaching, sir. Coaching? But that's... What's going on around here? No, that's... impossible! Each product statue can only be handled by someone of that country. But by the very fact that Mr. Cochin's fingerprints are on this one, it leads me to only one conclusion. This statue is actually Babble's Primiduck statue. Possible? It can't be! Harry never once set foot on Babylonie's soil, so he was free to go. However, this new piece of information had only served to confuse us even further. Hey Casey, you're connected! I knew it! משהו מבאבל נמצא באלבאסט ומשהו מאלבאסט נמצא בבאבל.
The ringleader of a smuggling operation was killed with Alabastian knife in battle. And the master was killed on Alabastian soil with Babylon's national treasure. And the mystery of the great Fifiadogarasu, who visited both countries. The pieces were there, but I had yet to see the big picture they were to form.
אוקיי, זה אשכרה to be continued מתאים בעיניי. כבר היה לי את ההרגשה ששני הקייסים הם בעצם קשורים.
כבר היה לי את ההרגשה ששני הקייסים הם בעצם קשורים, אז יופי. אז אני אסיים את הפרק של היום פה. אז כן, כאן היה ירין, ניפגש בסרטון עליו הבא, שיהיה יום גיימס, מקווה שנהנתם, וירין, אאוט. ביי חברים, מקווה שאתם נהנים.